We are following breaking news right now where a police conference is just about to get underway after a Dallas police officer this morning, while serving a warrant, was shot in the leg.
Yeah, that police officer, DPD police officer, was working in conjunction with the U.S. Marshal's office. He was shot in the leg, expected to be okay. The suspect also shot in critical condition. Let's hear from Dallas Police Chief Eddie Garcia.
They just started. Are we good? Okay, good morning. Again, as we normally start these off, I will not take any questions today, and we will have a full briefing on Monday. But this morning at 6 a.m. at the 9900 block of Adlita, members of the Dallas Police Department, serving as part of the U.S. Marshal's Task Force, were serving an arrest warrant on a capital murder suspect. As they approached the residence, they knocked, they announced, and as they began to breach the door, they were immediately met with gunfire from the suspect. One of our officers was struck in the lower leg. The officers retreated. There was a second exchange of gunfire while the suspect was in his apartment down to our officers. The suspect was subsequently taken into custody. The suspect was also shot. The suspect was taken to an area hospital and is in critical condition. I just left the hospital a little bit ago. Our officer will be fine. He's in good spirits and will recover. Esta mañana, a las 6 de la mañana, en el bloque 9900 en Adlita, oficiales del Departamento de Policía de Dallas están trabajando con el U.S. Marshal's Task Force. Estaban sirviendo un orden de arresto aquí en esta área. Cuando anunciaron que estaban aquí, cuando estaban abriendo la puerta, inmediatamente el sospechoso empezó a disparar a mis oficiales. Uno de mis oficiales estaba herido en una de sus piernas. Los oficiales salieron del apartamento y había otro tiroteo con el sospechoso. El sospechoso también estaba herido. El sospechoso está en critical posición en el hospital ahora. Yo salí del hospital hace un rato y nuestro oficial va a estar bien. Su espíritu está en alto. Y el lunes vamos a tener más información. And on Monday we'll have more information when we debrief everything. Again, thank you very much for being here. And I'm assuming I can't take this. So.
Yeah. All right, so you were just listening in to a press conference. That was Police Chief Eddie Garcia with the Dallas Police Department. He was just kind of going over the details of what transpired during that Marshal task force that the DPD officer was serving on as they were trying to serve a warrant for a capital murder suspect. What we know is that the DPD chief said that they knocked, they announced their presence, they then tried to breach the door and immediately were met with gunfire. That's when that officer was shot. They retreated and...
Yeah, the officer, the best news of all, that officer is expected to be okay. But once that first series of gunfire was had, Eddie Garcia, the Dallas police chief, said a second round of gunfire rang out. That's when the suspect was shot. The suspect was taken to a local hospital. That suspect that was wanted for capital murder is in critical condition. He said, as is what's customary for him during these types of cases, he's not going to get into a Q&A session. He will reserve other comments until he has time for a full briefing on Monday. Clearly, it's a department shaken whenever one of their own get hit. And in exchange, certainly in the case of trying to serve a warrant. But once again, the Dallas police officer who was working with the U.S. Marshal's office is expected to be okay after being shot in the leg. That suspect, also shot, is in critical condition. and we will obviously keep you posted on any other developments as soon as they become available.
Yeah, so stay with us on this story. It's again developing, but again, that Dallas police officer expected to be okay. We're streaming live all the time on CBSNewsTexas.com.